This is Sybert signing into General 0 Hour 1.06 on the map Lagoon with KaRRo as the yellow U.S. Air Force General in the north versus Bussy as the cyan GLA Toxin General in the south. And of course, as the Air Force General, most likely KaRRo is going to lose because everybody knows that the Air Force General is super underpowered. Of course, the lack of tanks. I mean, what are you going to do about that? Just kidding. This is 1.06, so the 1.04 ridiculous Air Force General does not apply. We do have the spy drone going down, and before this game gets too crazy, I do want to mention that Green Zero's top 10 replays of 2012, that is Kane's Wrath replays of 2012, that video is up. It has been up for a week or so. I just haven't been able to mention it, but also the General's Gentlemen have cast the 1.06 World Series semifinals and part of the finals at least, as we do have KaRRo going to be getting a possible, yes, he will get the kill there on that worker of Bussy's. And if you've been wondering why there wasn't any content really last week, it is because I was working on other projects, namely CBCPT and some other stuff which you have yet to see. And some other stuff that you probably won't ever see because you just won't go and look it up. But also, if you have missed content, it is because you are not following me either on Twitch or on Twitter, and you have been missing live streams, both Tiberium Wars and Red Alert 3, and KaRRo just being crazy efficient with all of his dozers, killing a couple of workers here and there, just slowing down overall the building progress of his opponent of Bussy. Bussy going to be heading out with that first technical, and will it simply be a scouting technical, or will he be looking to get some dozer kills? I can only imagine that he will maybe be getting some dozer kills. And of course, other than that, there isn't a whole lot left to say. I think that was about it. Either follow me on Twitch or Twitter, unless you do not like live streams. If you don't like live streams, then you can completely ignore that. But if you do like live streams, extra content, and that sort of thing, then Twitch and Twitter is where it happens. Twitter, of course, I always announce, and for some people, it's just easier that way. But we do have the Raptor, rather the King Raptor, out for KaRRo already. And he's going to be throwing around a ton of rockets, splitting those rockets quite nicely. Solid micro there from KaRRo. Going to be setting himself up an additional barracks on the left side, most likely, so he can get himself some Rock Vs, while we do instead have technicals, but also Comanche getting sniped down rather quickly, as the rocket troopers are going to be able to possibly take down these units. I guess not. I guess the laser zapping of those rockets is just too good. The Humvee going to be able to clean up the rest of these units, but sniping down that Comanche was a nice victory for Bussy. We'll have to see if he's able to make it happen in the end. Going to be setting up some good expansions, pretty good saturation on both sides of the map. Neither player really taking the middle just yet. KaRRo has taken the right side, but not quite the entire middle. Going to be making more bombing runs with his Raptors, which are oh so powerful. And they only need about 20 feet to actually take off, which wouldn't that be awesome? You could get that fast, that much speed built up, that much air built up fast enough to just take off in about 20 feet. The barracks getting sniped down, and it looks like finally Bussy will be able to secure that oil derrick, as yes, on the right side of the map, we did instead have the King Raptors going to be moving out and making their pass. We'll have to see if they're going to be going all the way. They will be going for that worker to take down that tunnel network, stop it from being built. KaRRo being super active with his King Raptors, which a lot of players, especially in 1.04, whenever they play aircraft, they're like, well, I'm going to build Humvees, I'm going to build rocket troopers, and that's it. Half of the aircraft generals, of course, don't even bother getting aircraft because you might as well just build a Rock Vs for the majority of your time in 1.04. One of the King Raptors could get taken out. They're going to be going for the barracks, not quite enough to finish it off completely, as of course you do need to save a couple of those rockets, or have a couple extra rockets rather left over for taking down the GLA hull of any building, but it's extremely close as the quad cannons moving out in force, a total of about 7 of them. Right here, however, they will get the shots off on this. Oh, they will take down one of the Chinooks. The other one, Chinook, will likely go down as well. This is the thing about the King Raptors. They can zap down rockets all day long, but they, of course, cannot zap down those machine gun bullets. However, the Humvees with the tow missiles will get the surround here. It's not enough. The quad cannon is going to be breaking through the defense of KaRRo. KaRRo going to be faltering a little bit there, bringing the quad cannons back around into the front of the base. They might get the snipe on that King Raptor, while KaRRo is going to be bringing the Humvees around the backside of those quad cannons. And the quad cannon is going to be taking down 2 more of the Humvees. Great exchange there for KaRRo. Actually, no. Take that back. That was a pretty solid exchange for Bussy. Not a very great exchange for KaRRo. He lost quite a bit. A couple of King Raptors, specifically that double vet King Raptor that he did lose, as well as losing a couple of his Humvees, 4, I believe, in total. Was able to take down 7 quad cannons, but he will be losing that middle expansion, so Bussy showing how to search and destroy strategy has been initiated, which will make these Rock Vs that much more powerful. They get, like, what is that, a 20% range boost? Maybe it's only 10%, but they do get that additional sight and range boost, which is, of course, super awesome. And again, 8 more quad cannons going to be moving out. They might be able to snipe down this Humvee rather quickly, although the Humvee will certainly take a couple of them with it, especially if they stack too poorly. The Humvee will get overwhelmed, albeit barely, just because of how much damage it'll be able to do and how much kiting it'll be able to do. However, oh no, KaRRo almost overcommitting there, needs to make sure that he stays away from the quad cannons. The quad cannon's going to be getting almost 2 insta-kills there on the King Raptors. However, an additional Humvee going to be sacrificing itself for the cause, and the War Factory going to be getting taken down while the airfield is being taken down by the quad cannons, so good splitting of the damage there. I mean, in this sort of situation where you don't have to worry about units killing you, you can split damage all you want and eliminate 2 buildings at once effectively. However, you need to make sure that you're focus firing down the units, especially that fully heroic Rock V, which is just doing so much damage. The power plant will go down, which will just be super annoying for KaRRo. A fully heroic quad cannon has been brought to the battlefield, but it will get sniped down right there. Those Rock Vs far too powerful. The kiting is just way too good, as they will take out all of those quad cannons, and KaRRo may be able to win the entire match with just those 2 units. Why would you need anything else? We do have the technical going to be moving out. Is it going to be RPGs? No, it is going to be terrorists, as he drops 4 on top of that supply center, the exact number that he did in fact need. How they all fit into that tiny pickup truck, I will never know, but that does not even matter. The 5th one going to be surviving, but getting taken out shortly thereafter. And now check this spread out from Bussy. Bussy is doing a great job of making sure that he's taking this center of the map and expanding. And look at this, KaRRo has not rebuilt his Chinooks on the right side of the map, which means his economy is limited compared to what it was before, especially since he did lose that. Oh no, the Rock V's once again going to be kiting way too well for Bussy to be able to do anything. He needs more than just quad cannons to take down those Rock V's, or at least even more quad cannons. Due to the great sniping of that supply center from Bussy, KaRRo just simply does not have the economy that he once did, especially considering the extra distance put between this supply center and that supply pile. However, he does still have a helicopter, a Chinook rather, running over there to help just get a couple more additional resources. Going to be rebuilding that command center, possibly just for the additional dozers and support powers that he will then be able to use, as there goes that carpet bombing, which means that he must have something else somewhere. However, not all that important, as the Rock V's are going to be on the right side of the map, going to be scaring away those poor innocent little quad cannons. And how many terrorists were inside of there? I guess actually none, as those Rock V's were able to take down that technical oh so quickly. KaRRo still hasn't rebuilt that supply stash. On the left side of the map, we do have 3, and no, it will just be the 3 of those. 3, no, there was the other 2. I was gonna say, I guess there's only 3 terrorists there, but no, 2 more are there. KaRRo being picked apart bit by bit by Bussy. We'll have to see if Bussy can continue just completely destroying much of KaRRo's base. However, Colonel Burton is out. Colonel Burton, the only guy with a machine gun who does so well versus infantry and vehicles alike. More quad cannons will be claimed by the Rock V's, now in a group of 5, a very powerful group of 5. RPG troopers going to be getting off a couple of shots there. However, they will not be able to take down all of those Rock V's. The quad cannons will get the kill on one of the Chinooks, but no, they do not get sniped in the back. They do not get shot in the back or blasted in the back by those Rockvies. I thought maybe that they would. And going to be taking down those drones as well. The Spectre gunship going to be called in just to add insult to injury. KaRRo doing massive amounts of damage, and the only way to run is really forward into the jaws of those Rockvies. Going to be able to take out the rest of those quad cannons quite effectively. A good engagement there by KaRRo. He has been able to completely rebuild that strategy center, reinitiate search and destroy, but that was such a efficient engagement for KaRRo, such an efficient engagement for him that he was able to eliminate all of those quad cannons without taking a single loss. Another technical going to be moving up at the right side of the map, and this is got to be handed to Bussy. He's got such great scouting for basically the majority of this game. He's been constantly sending units up, constantly keeping eyes on KaRRo, and making sure that this expansion is not taken. He keeps sending technicals up there to get the kills. Unfortunately, they are being cut down by the Rockvies of KaRRo. And man, this game, a little bit crazy of excitement. And oh, KaRRo going to be getting a little bit sneaky, choosing to just deciding to blow up the oil derrick for his first choice. I can understand why, but I think the supply stash would have been a little bit of a better choice. Although he will get the supply stash as well. However, it does get sold off. So I guess the quad cannon will be moving in now to try and kill Colonel Burton. But honestly, Colonel Burton might just take down the quad cannon before it takes him down. Wouldn't be that surprised if that ended up happening. Looks like he's going to be trying to make it to the bunker. He took some splash damage from his own explosive, which will not be making him very comfortable. Of course, able to warp in from the bottom of that little ledge. Rockvies going to be moving out. They will catch 3 RPG troopers. A nice hit there for KaRRo. Not good focus firing. Not the best focus firing from Bussy, as Bussy was not able to gun down that one fully heroic Rockvie. Good ejection there by KaRRo, though. A little bit preemptive, but it was pretty solid nonetheless. Rockets going to be, yeah, not two Comanches, but rather 2 Raptors to try and take down that one single tunnel network. Not the best use of those Raptors. However, supply drop zones going to be going out. 2 of them are currently on the field at least. And those are going to be currently not very well protected. Going to be relatively easy for some units to sneak in there, although not if the Rockvies are standing guard over them like they are. And the buggies need to get in there and do the damage if they can. However, Jarmankel may be able to snipe down one of those Humvees, which would be absolutely great for him. They will be going for the tunnel, which will be allowing these buggies to get in there and really deal some damage if they choose to. They could be going for the airfield, for anything really. However, there goes the fully heroic Humvee, and there goes the snipe on another one of those Humvees. However, the 3rd Humvee will go down as well. KaRRo needs to just go ahead and re-garrison that Humvee with that pilot, and might as well throw in that missile defender, but he will not get the chance. He may very well be put up against a little bit of too much pressure. Will Jarmankel get... No, he won't get the snipe on the pilot, and then Jarmankel actually does get taken out there. I'm not sure exactly why Jarmankel was stuttering there. Quad cannons and buggies going to be moving out. They will be able to take down this one Humvee. And more King Raptors. However, the King Raptors, they could fall prey to the quad cannons. We did see Bussy effectively eliminate them. Oh, the air carpet bombing being way too good, catching all of those quad cannons. All 4 of them, plus that rocket buggy as well. The 2nd rocket buggy does go down there. The King Raptor almost able to clean up that quad cannon. However, now the Rockvie will just come in, and no, suddenly terrorists show up. They're going to be able to own everything and just add that extra fire support to take down these Raptors. One of the Raptors almost gets eliminated. It will likely not be actually eliminated in the air. However, this many terrorists, this many rebels rather, even Toxin Rebels, they will take some serious control by KaRRo so that he doesn't make sure to lose any of his units versus these Rebels. The Rebels just need to turn and fire on the airfield or even the Raptor itself just to do some damage while they're still alive instead of the Humvees simply eliminating them all. The Raptor will maybe go down. No, he doesn't focus it down. He's going to be losing the majority of these units anyways. Somehow able to take it down in the air. The Comanche is up, which means all of these Rebels are now done. No, the quad cannons do roll in. Huge forces and swells, but mostly it's workers. Some RPG troopers being mixed in as well to help deal with these Humvees. However, will it be enough? Going to be sniping down the supply drop zones. The Spectre gunship rolling back in. This will help KaRRo deal with this attack, but the quad cannons may be able to be out of range. No, 2 more of them do get sniped down. The 5th one barely escapes. Hardly even alive. These Rockbees going to be rolling in here as it does have full HP, narrowly escaping there. But both of the supplies drop zones will survive. The workers over here, unfortunately, not able to do a whole lot. And it would be almost funny just to see Bussy just go ahead and drop all of his money on those tunnel networks. I don't think he'll actually do that, but that would be kind of funny to see. They will be able to take down the dozer, though, and then go for the supply drop zones, or rather do them in reverse order, because that would make a little bit more sense. However, they need to be oh so careful of these Humvees, as they will be able to kite effectively. KaRRo is going to be able to control well enough to kite the quad cannons for the most part. Yeah, even the fully heroic Humvee will not be taking any damage from those quad cannons. And now 2 tunnels have been established, 3 of them actually, but those Humvees simply will not be stopped by those tunnel networks. They'll be able to clean them up without too much trouble, especially since workers cannot do anything. Wouldn't it be crazy if they could? However, using the A-10 Warthogs to take out one of the tunnels, not a bad idea. Going to be able to eliminate both of those tunnels and just remove some of the map presence of Bussy. Keep him off of KaRRo's side of the map. And KaRRo, other than that, going to be not in the best position, but he certainly has crawled his way back into this game. He's in a better position than he was a moment or 2 ago. Once again, another King Raptor going to be coming in here just to finish off that tunnel network. Rebuilding the Raptors is not what KaRRo wants to be doing at this stage of the game. However, it does look like he is going to be trying to keep at least 2 of them on the deck at all time. He wants to keep 1 of them in the air just so he doesn't have to take off. He doesn't have that delay when he takes off, but also not as susceptible to those attacks, those random attacks of Bussy. We'll have to see what exactly else does Bussy have in mind. Just more quad cannons right now. Could pop them out on the left or the right side. However, he does spot, once again, those cargo planes, which are because of the supply drop zones. The Raptors coming in. They will get some shots off. However, unfortunately, the rockets will not be enough to do any damage to them. And other than that, KaRRo going to be keeping eyes on the map, sending in a Rockbee on the right side. However, it will be spotted by the tunnel network of Bussy, which he will, no, it will not actually be heading down the right side, so it's just going to be heading over to the right side. Raptor's going to be taking down the tunnel network, and now that they are that veteran status, they can take down a tunnel network without too much of an issue, and that tunnel network will not actually be eliminated as the rockets were able to scare away that Humvee. Does drop off 2 of the missile defenders, which means that tunnel network will be taken out. And a couple of additional infantrymen there not being currently used by anything, just leftovers from buildings being destroyed. An additional supply drop zone being added on to the left side. And this is the point where KaRRo is just starting to pick apart, slowly whittle down the front, just like he did earlier in the game, using those King Raptors and then just keeping everything at bay. However, once again, oh, the carpet bombing, not nearly as good of hits. This time he did get 2 kills there. The Humvee going to be able to get a 3rd kill as well. The rocket defenders going to be coming in here. The Raptors sniping down both of those buggies, which means these Rockbees can kite all day long, and they will be absolutely loving their job of just, hey, we're going to tell you to go attack these units, which if you run yourselves properly, you won't actually take very much damage. Rockbees once again going to be whittling down the army, but no more rebels. The rebel ambush does call in a ton of rebels. They will be able to deal with these Rockbees, or at least help them deal with them. The Rockbees will have to essentially run into their guns, though, as they can kite pretty much all day long, and KaRRo is oh so good at that. Couple of missile defenders over on the right side of the map, not too big of a deal. They're not actually being used, as KaRRo is able to clean up the majority of that rebel ambush, but at the same time, he's been losing a lot to these quad cannons. Is it actually enough, though? Taking out the Comanches is good. Taking out the Raptors is even better, but these Humvees do still stand at the end of the day. The quad cannons have been defeated again, and Bussy just once again slamming his head against the door of KaRRo and just trying to break into this base, but he simply cannot break it. And KaRRo has had this corner of the map for the entire game. Bussy has had the majority of the rest of the map, but what do you do when you're up against Rock Vs like this, fully veteran Rock Vs, fully heroic Rock Vs. I'm going to be adding a pilot in there, which will be of absolutely no use. Could have got a third veterancy status, fully heroic status on that extra Humvee, but instead the King Raptor will be going in for a bombing run. The A-10 Warthog going to be able to finish off that tunnel network, absolutely no problem there. And those toxin missiles. However, the Spectre gunship also going to be heading in here. I guess he was going to be shooting some stuff down over here. Didn't actually catch what that was. However, oh, it looks like it will be the leaflets probably going to be dropped down on something. On all of these, it will be possibly, no, it will be the fuel air bomb as it goes off, able to take down a couple of those tunnel networks. But in the end, they still have to take down the holes. Only 3 quad cannons now out, which even just one of these Rock Vs controlled by KaRRo could take down all 3 of those quad cannons. The exchange across the lake definitely going to be favoring. However, we do have now possibly the leaflets as, yeah, they do drop. Lock down a couple of those units there, and nope, never mind, that's just a cargo plane. But here comes the Rock V to finish pretty much everything off. Going to be able to take down not a whole lot as he is being held at bay by the buggies, but also by the quad cannons. And that buggy going to be able to chase away the Humvee. The Raptor going to be moving out as well, firing a couple of rockets at that building. And actually, yeah, going to be firing the rest of his rockets at the building. Just decided not to for a little while there. And then going to be running on back home. 2 Raptors still on the deck. KaRRo constantly keeping that number. Not a whole lot of supplies on the map. However, we do have black markets all over the place for Bussy. He's going to be able to keep a fairly standard income as we do enter that late game state where both players have enough income despite the fact that there are essentially no resources on the map. KaRRo sending out the King Raptors once again, going to be getting good hits on those buggies, always with the splitting of those units ever so well, and these Rock Vs will be able to hold off this attack once again. Quad cannons simply are not going to be the answer, but what really is the answer? It's hard to say for sure. What can really confidently defeat those Rock Vs when Scorpion tanks do not exchange very well with them? Neither do quad cannons. Of course, technicals are a joke in that sense. Carpet bombing once again going to be coming down, allowing the Rock Vs just to move in here and engage even better. This may be it for Bussy. He wasn't able to end it in kind of the mid-game and really lock KaRRo down when he had him on the back foot. KaRRo able to defend well enough to survive throughout the entire thing. We'll be able to cut off the workers of Bussy. Bussy does call in the support power, gets the kill on both of those Humvees. Instant heroic status for one of those guys. However, there is 2 Humvees left. KaRRo never going to be submitting any more than just a couple of Humvees at a time to the attacks of KaRRo, even going to be getting a couple more kills, and the King Raptors missed completely. I wasn't sure if they were going to get some terrific splash damage or if they were going to fail completely. A couple of shots do go down there, but in the end, KaRRo, like I've said so often in this game, he's just controlling way too well. He's got heroic Humvees, and not being able to take down that search and destroy and that strategy center has just led to KaRRo being able to just run his Humvees away, stay just out of range of Bussy's structures, or of Bussy's units rather, all of those damage dealers. Going to be taking out the workers one by one, and then likely going to be going for the supply stash before moving on. King Raptors making even more strikes out against KaRRo, or against Bussy from KaRRo. Going to be forcing the sell-off there. The buggy's able to eliminate one of those fully heroic Humvees. However, that is a fully heroic pilot that did escape, which means any one of these Humvees can instantly become as credible and as valiant as that pilot who does control them. While a couple of workers are going to be sent out on the right side to establish just a couple more tunnel networks. However, KaRRo constantly knows about basically everything happening on the map. Over here we do have an additional worker. We're going to be going and taking out that worker in a solid move there. The tunnel network does get canceled. Workers spread out across the map for Bussy. He's currently not doing anything with them. We'll have to see if he decides to. Buggies are going to be heading up the right side of the map. KaRRo really wants to keep an eye on this area as he does have those 2 spy drones. However, oh, the Humvee could get caught out of position. No, it will not, because instead King Raptors will eliminate absolutely everything, including that poor worker who was just sitting on the sidelines, not really doing anything. Just a cargo plane heading down the center of the map. And again, another spy drone on the left side, just keeping an eye on everything. KaRRo does have these spy drones everywhere on the map, just about. 3 black markets there, an additional 2 or 3 over here, 3, a 4th, and a 5th going down. So nope, never mind, a 5th and a 6th rather going down. So I do believe in about 10 of the black markets are on the field. 1 does go down there. The Spectre airship able to escape safely. Not too big of a deal since it did already serve its time. And the quad cannons will escape, live to fight another day. However, that buggy is really what is important because KaRRo simply needs more buggies, but then you simply can't go just buggies, so then you need quad cannons and buggies. Quad cannons get eaten alive by the Rock Vs, and unfortunately for him, he just simply cannot find the good mix of units to deal with Raptors and Rock Vs, as once again another tunnel network does get eliminated. Another cargo plane going to be heading down the center of the map, as it looks like additional strikes being made out by KaRRo, and he will be able to call in some support powers, be able to take down some stuff with his Raptors, and get kills on the spy drones, as that radar van will be spotting that spy drone, just barely alive there for KaRRo. However, going to be calling in the Rebel ambush, once again not going for the airfield. He just deems it going to be, oh, the leaflets perfectly on top of those GLA Rebel ambush. Unfortunately for Bussy, he wasn't able to do the damage that he needed, although the splash damage actually is doing pretty well versus the airfield, so good on Bussy for doing that, in which he's not actually doing anything. It's just stroke of luck from the Sage engine, miscalculating that, or rather calculating it correctly, but splashing that airfield on accident by KaRRo. However, he does get the kill on 2 of those RPG troopers, leaves behind a couple of units to garrison that structure. Not a bad move by KaRRo, going to be just taking control of individual units and structures all over the map. Once again, just keeping eyes everywhere on the map. King Raptors making strikes out against Bussy constantly, as neither one of these players really wants to engage. Neither one of them really does have the confidence to engage the other directly. KaRRo knows that if he moves out of position with his Rock Vs, he could easily be overwhelmed. Bussy knows that he cannot engage directly versus all of the damage output of KaRRo on the right side of the map, taking down again another black market, as he does have every veterancy status except for, I guess, no veterancy status, which is back here. So he actually does. He has every single step of veterancy status, and it turns out if you've got a single, a double, and a fully heroic King Raptor there, just enough to take down the black market and the black market hull and completely eliminate them from the map, which that is effectively what KaRRo has to do. He also has to have like a lot of food standing by so that he can outweight Bussy, because that's really what you have to do in generals because of that late game economy. You have to make sure that you have enough food to last at least 14 hours, because that is potentially how long the game could actually go on. The King Raptors making another strike with the fuel air bomb as well. Going to be able to take down that supply center and take down a tunnel, reducing it to just the hull once again. A RPG trooper moving out on the right side. Cargo planes constantly flying all over the place, getting shot down. However, it does look like the last formation. Oh, complete miss there by KaRRo. Good moves by Bussy, avoiding that carpet bombing, or perhaps a misclick, a complete misclick there by KaRRo, as he does call down that carpet bombing on nothing. And the Spectre airship going to be coming in and doing nothing as well. However, splash damage going to be taking down 2 of those quad cannons. At least the Spectre airship may actually go down. No, it does escape there. However, Bussy does have a fairly scary force, but again, we've seen forces like this go down time and time again to the Rock Vs of KaRRo. We do have the Anthrax bomb coming down. No, it does get eliminated. Bussy will not be able to do anything with that Anthrax bomb. He will get the kill on the Chinook. One of those Rock Vs will get taken out, likely by those. Oh, you have to be so careful about that. And oh no, the Raptors will be coming in. They will take down one of the quad cannons. The buggies, will they be able to take down any of these rock bees? KaRRo is going to be splitting his forces, and he will be engaging on both sides. No, he doesn't actually bring in the heroic rock bees at all. Bringing in King Raptors once again, splitting up Bussy's forces and forcing Bussy to run all over the place. And then he can re-attack with these fully heroic rock bees. One more quad cannon does go down, but an additional... the Rebel Ambush takes down both! And the pilots as well. Both of the rock bees do go down. One more does remain, but it will get eliminated by the buggies. There are enough rebels here to do some serious damage to KaRRo. Can Bussy actually do it? They're so slow moving. Throws out the secret tunnel exit as well. But can these rebels stand versus any more Humvees, which KaRRo must have the money for? He does pull out one more Humvee, and they are going to be going for the mass capture. But with this great line, these Humvees may actually be able to just run over all of these units. He will get the capture most likely, although it will be relatively close as they are a shrinking, very small number of those actual rebels that are still alive. Mass quad cannon will likely be enough. The leaflets lock down about 5 of them. However, there aren't enough rocket troopers here to really do the damage that they need. The A-10 Warthog is a complete miss, and these rocket troopers may actually be taken down. And there goes the laser lock, so powerful an ability if used correctly. And that one rocket trooper does survive. However, it is a total of 6 quad cannons, one of them going to be at that elite status. One pilot does survive, a full triple vet pilot, a second one over there. One quad cannon is able to take down those King Raptors and then take down the supply, the fire base as well. And the airfield will finally be taken down. That is just a cargo plane. But however, more rock bees are out, a total of 3. One of them a complete triple vet. That complete heroic status, which is oh so wanted by CNC players everywhere. Do not stop attacking the airfield. What are you doing, Bussy? Actually, how many quad cannons do you have to lose before you realize that KaRRo's micro is actually too good to lose a rock V versus those quad cannons? How many do you have to lose before you know that you spend a better chance running to the other side of the airfield and taking it out from there and just forcing those rock Vs to run and split themselves? Another Comanche going to be popping out. Only 3 or 4 of them have been created for pretty much throughout this entire game. Mass quad cannon is certainly the name of the game here for Bussy. Those black markets keeping him in this game. However, it is ever so delicate a situation that his entire economy is basically made up out of those black markets. He just has to rush forward, but how do you rush forward when your opponent can constantly just run backwards and kill all of your stuff? You have to split your forces, you have to get us around, you have to get the flank. However, keeping them all grouped together does allow him to do extra damage. However, it's just simply not enough. Split your forces a little bit, Bussy. You gotta split them. Even sending them around in tunnel networks would be a better solution than throwing away countless quad cannons to those rock Vs. However, getting into this situation against a player like KaRRo, nobody survives this long versus KaRRo as a noob, and you just cannot do that versus a player that's as good as KaRRo. Secret tunnel exit being thrown down on the left side as well. However, the carpet bombing going to be coming in here, likely going to be hitting the tunnel networks. Won't actually be getting any units. We'll get a tunnel network, not much more than that. Rock V's moving out on the left side. The quad cannon's going to be rushing back into that tunnel exit and going to be able to escape the majority of the wrath of those Rock V's. A couple of quad cannons do go down. However, so many missile defenders are out on the field for KaRRo. Almost an unstoppable amount of Humvees are currently on the field. With KaRRo's control, using Comanches as well, it looks like it is going to be no more of those hit here, hit there, hit and run sort of tactics from KaRRo. It's going to be a full-on assault. Oh, the terrorists do get 2, 3, and even 4 kills. All of the kills on the Humvees there. Where are the quad cannon support? This would be a brilliant point for quad cannons to directly engage, but they're not here. And now the Comanches are going to be able to just add that extra fire support to the Humvees and allow them to kill those quad cannons that much faster. Of course, very easily could the Comanches be caught out of position away from the protective graces and rockets of those Humvees. We'll have to see if the control is good enough. Here comes the Spectre airship calling in the one-click support powers. And once again, those cargo planes going to be a distraction. One Humvee does go down, however, the rest of them are here. The leaflet's being called in. No, it's fuel air bomb. It will take out one of the quad cannons, eliminates it right there, brings up a big cloud of gas, and I think all of those Comanches did get taken out. Yes, they all did. KaRRo making absolutely no use of them. However, all of the quad cannons have, for the most part, been taken out. The buggies are his hope, as they are able to take down not even one Humvee does go down there for KaRRo, unfortunately for Bussy, as once again the cargo planes moving down the map and being oh so distracting. Are we going to see the transition back to Raptors as the A-10 Warthog enters the map and is going to be heading likely for one of these tunnel networks, although very possibly going to be going for the black market either. Either one of those things would be a good choice. However, what is it going to be? It's actually not going to be anything just yet. I'm not sure what that was. Yes, it was an anthrax bomb indeed. However, it is going to be not quite able to hurt that. Is it going to be able to take down that dozer? It's hard to tell exactly. And is it going to be able to take out that dozer as well, as we do have the tunnel exit over on the right side, but the great drones of KaRRo will be able to spot that, as the Humvees are going to be racing down the map, and the leaflets lock everything down. KaRRo way too good with those support powers and Humvee collaboration that he will not be losing to this tunnel exit at this point, although a counterattack over on the left side would be brilliant. However, essentially impossible because of the sheer number of Humvees under the control of KaRRo is, I suppose, the best way to put that, as at this point, speaking in words, proper English and proper grammar, proper communication is just oh so difficult. Quad Cannon's going to be moving out in force with buggy support. They will still not be able to take down even one of those Humvees. They're getting dangerously close to being able to take out any of the Humvees. One of them may actually go down. Yes, one finally does go down. However, the other Humvees will be protecting its fallen brethren. Still, again, no more Jarman Kell, which a Jarman Kell would be a great choice, a great addition to the army of Bussy. Bussy once again going to be throwing away 2 quad cannons, possibly a couple of more, just donating them to KaRRo, saying, hey, here they are for free, take them away, I don't actually want them anymore. That rocket trooper going to be getting the kill on a couple of those buggies. However, the rest of the buggies will be getting cleaned up, and KaRRo going to be able to take out an additional quad cannon as well. Wow, Bussy going to be making good progress on the left side of the map. Shrinking the distance between himself and KaRRo is not a bad idea at all. The Comanche going to be running around the map. However, it does get spotted there by, I'm guessing, that tunnel network. He wants to keep that a secret as much as possible, since it is going to be stealthed. And a couple of more black markets will go down. Can KaRRo actually finish this game out here? Looks like we do have a counterattack going to be mounted. Oh, this could be very potent indeed as we take a quick scroll around. The Humvees are going to have to turn around. They're all on the south side of the map. The Comanche will be the fastest one to cross the map. This is your moment. This is the moment. Do not lose it to missile defenders, I would hope. Although it looks like, yep, it is going to be lost to the missile defenders, as all of the rebel ambush not nearly as good this time around. Bussy dropping that one on the ball. Would have been good to throw it here to, take down those missile defenders and just eliminate them from the game. That would have been absolutely brilliant. As it stands now, KaRRo is looking to be in a pretty solid position, although losing one Humvee is not going to be the best position for him to be in. He is still going to be feeling pretty comfortable overall in this match. He was able to dominate kind of early on, and then also just control really well in the mid and late game, coming back from the doorstep of death, as unfortunately this 1.06 match has kind of dragged on the way that 1.04 matches do. Bussy has been defeated, as that will be the end of that. KaRRo is victorious. Bussy, unfortunately, not able to pull out the win, and those King Raptors were able to do quite a bit of damage, sniping down tunnel networks here and there, as well as units. And as you can see, Bussy harvesting collecting far more supplies than KaRRo. However, he threw away so many units, and I can criticize him for that, but I can't necessarily offer a one-shot solution to it, because when you've got search and destroy, when you've got the veterancy, Those Humvees are so hard to take down, so difficult to take down, especially versus someone who can control and engage as well as KaRRo. KaRRo, an absolute monster in 0 Hour. However, that will do it for this game. This is sybert, signing out.